this is what a dumped out worm bin looks like when it's ready to harvest. Put it in the sieve. Okay, so this is now the separated, the worms are in here, the bedding is in here, any food that hasn't decomposed is in here. All of that's going back into the worm bin. Here's the worm castings that have been separated out from the worms and the bedding. At some point, you're just getting exercise.
Yeah.
Okay, after the castings have mostly gone through, and everything's going back in here will be there for the next harvest. So even if you don't get all the castings, it's still there for the next time.
Yeah.
Go ahead and dump that in there. And then to get the last of this out, we'll just tip it up on end and use our paintbrush. I do have food I could go get. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay. And it's actually been through a couple steps before it gets to this point. So what we have in here is we have the kitchen scraps. Okay, this is all of the stuff that you would normally see coming from the kitchen. And then in addition to that, it's been mixed with some dry material because the food as it decomposes gets wet. This one has just been harvested, so we're going to feed them for the next month. We're going to feed them 2 quarts of this. The worm bin will be closed up for a month.
You might have already said this, but what's the time frame on like harvesting, like what we just did, from like feeding it and putting in the food to harvesting, like what we just did?
Yeah, what I normally do is I'll harvest and feed at the same time. Okay, so I'm putting in 4 quarts of food on the same day that I harvest. Wait 30 days, put in another 4 quarts. Wait 30 days, put in another 4 quarts. So I put in a total of 12.
Yeah.
And then I'll wait 40 days, and then I'll harvest. And then I'll start that cycle over again. So about every 3 to 4 months,
Right.
I harvest.
Yeah.
And in between, I'm feeding about once every 30 days.
Okay.